Someone needs to give me a tour of the building, for gosh sakes.
That was the first game in the big chair here.
Yeah, here, yes.
Right.
Thankfully, I have before. First games are hard, and every season, I think most head coaches dread the first game because you kind of feel like you know where your starting point is, but you really don't until you get out with the lights, with the fans, against another team that doesn't know what you're doing, and so there's always a lot of anxiety going into the first game. Probably more for me this time than most, just because of the circumstances. But really pleased, really excited. I thought our guys were really fun to watch, at least from my perspective. And I thought they played so hard, scrapped, chased balls, helped each other, talked to each other, shared the ball. Obviously we make mistakes, but I mean, we're going to make a lot of mistakes early in the year. But I was just so pleased and happy the way they responded to all the things that they've been through over the last month and a half.
What were your expectations for this game, and how did the team match up to them?
I don't know if the expectation is the right word. My hope was that we would just play incredibly hard, number one, and play passionately in the game and not take a possession or a minute for granted. I just think that's the way you need to play the game. That's college basketball. You play it with your whole heart. So my hope was that's what we would see, and that's what I felt. And my other hope or expectation was we would be very, very unselfish and a small concern, not a big concern, because I have a lot of faith in these players. They're good people, but at the same time, we're playing under unusual circumstances because they've already been told that they're not going to a postseason tournament. So when you haven't been told that, the incentive to win, the incentive to be unselfish, the incentive to put the team first is a little bit easier than when you don't have that. And I think it's a tribute to their character that, to me, that team played like a team that is trying to prove themselves that they should be playing in postseason championship tournaments and things like that. And I really appreciate them for that, and it kind of shows what type of people they are.
Was there a reason behind Cedric not getting more minutes tonight?
The first reason was he had 101 fever today at shoot-around. He didn't come, and Warren kept him away, for being contagious, and also he's feeling bad. It did break, and he got to a place where we felt like we could put him in. At the same time, the game flow was so good. We had a great rotation going. So I think those two factors probably. But the biggest one, he was behind the 8 ball from the start when he came down with a fever today.
Not knowing what you're going to get until the lights come on. As far as Shake Milton goes, what did you see from him when the lights went on?
I would have bet. I think bet's the wrong word to use when you're a coach. So I wouldn't have bet, but I would have guessed. That the way he played was the way he was going to play, because he's such a good talent, but he's also so poised, and I think he's beyond his years in the way he plays the game. What I mean by that, a lot of young players play a little sped up or a lot sped up, or they play in a hurry, and as players mature and develop, watch NBA players, great players see the game in slow motion, and they play at a great pace when they have the ball in their hands. And he's only a freshman, and he already does that on a daily basis. We saw that really from day one when he was here. And he also has an unusually high basketball IQ for a freshman. We're asking him to do something that's very, very difficult for anyone to walk into a college basketball situation and learn two positions. It's almost a taboo. It's almost something you never want to do, but we're asking him to do it, and he is bright enough to do it. And I'm telling you, it's not easy because there's so much information being thrown at you just for your one position, let alone for both positions. And he's handling that terrifically. You feel like you could put him anywhere, but I was happy for him. He deserved the type of night that he had tonight. Not sure he'll always shoot the ball that well, but who knows, maybe, because he is an outstanding shooter.
You lost a couple big men from last year. Then Kennedy goes out 2 fouls really quick. Does it feel good to be able to know what you've got inside now and you can be able to put Tolbert in there? And
yes, you know, we really have, for the most part, a 3-man rotation inside. We have Marcus and Jordan and Ben. And Sterling can swing over. He's kind of our emergency 4-man. Some nights we'll probably play big more often than maybe we did tonight. Some nights we'll play small. For a while, it looked like a 6-4 and under league broke out. You know, we were just in damage control. Once Marcus got the 2 early, if I'm not mistaken, then Jordan got his 2, and if I'm not mistaken, then Ben got 2 in the first half. And I think we went to 6-4 and under. And one thing that's I've been worried about for a long time, and it played out tonight, and I think it's going to play out a lot more, and I watched last night, and it's playing out across the country. A lot of fans don't realize, but there are mandates for the officials to call this game differently this year than maybe ever in the past. This is not like we're going to emphasize it or we're just going to try to do this. These are mandates, and we're going to see a lot of fouling. They're trying to clean the game up, to have freedom of movement, to keep hands off people, to not be able to check a guy when he comes across the lane. There's a lot of things, habits, that college players have been just used to doing for years and years and years, and now they're not allowed. So there's going to be a period of adjustment. It's not easy. Part of it's discipline, part of it's the way we practice, and part of it is just going to take a long time. And because of that, I think you're going to see the changing of defense slowly. It's a lot like when they put the 3-point line, if you guys remember. They put the 3-point line in slowly. You know, some teams would shoot 3 of them a game, and then some would more and more and more, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, a lot of teams are shooting a third of their shots from 3. It just evolved, and I think if the game continues to be called like it is right now, with the mandates and with the emphasis, I think you'll slowly see a change in the way people play defense. I think you'll see more zone. We played more zone, not by design in any way, shape, or form, but I felt like during the game it was our best hope to keep our best players in the game. It was our best hope to not foul guys out. They played 4 very quick guards. We were having a hard time staying in front of them, and the way it's being called right now, you literally put a hand on them, it's a foul. So I think you're going to see that I think all coaches across the country are going to be making adjustments. I looked at box scores last night. I'll tell you what, you got to practice your free throw shooting because there's a lot of people going to that line.
Anything else?